Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, I'm Stephanie. And on this channel, I like to review makeup, do beginner-friendly makeup tutorials, and things like that. So if you like your makeup reviews without, filters or crazy editing or nonsense, then definitely please consider subscribing. I would love having you here. We have a very small but very happy little community we're building over here. So today I am very excited. I got this collection and I just really wanted to do something with it. So I'm going to show you real quick, but you already know from the title what it is. Before we get fully started though, the collection that I'm going to show you is going to be launching tomorrow on November 1st at, I believe it's 12 p.m. Pacific time. So if you're on the East Coast, it's 3 p.m., 2 p.m. in the Central, and then, 1 p.m. if you're in the mountains. And then, overseas, you would definitely have to double check, because I believe with Disney collabs, the brands have trouble shipping it in other countries. I think usually just the US and Canada, but the brand will definitely know more than I do right now. So we are doing the Melt Cosmetics and Disney collab with The Nightmare Before Christmas. Now this is actually the second part to this collab. They did a Halloween Town version a few weeks ago. I actually did a YouTube short showing swatches of the palette that I got. So with that collection, I just got the palette, the Digital Dust highlighter, which I have right here so I could show you, and then I got one of the two lipsticks that were dropped. But with this collection, there was really only one thing I wasn't really interested in, and it was one of the lipsticks, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So I just felt it was better to just pick up the whole set. They did drop a quick, like 1 day pre-order, I guess you could call it, like pre-drop. And it was just the full collection, no individual pieces at the time. And there's a 2-piece brush set that they are going to launch with this too. I didn't pick up the brush set, so I just got the makeup set, which is so cute. So because I got the whole set, it actually came in the box in this beautiful makeup bag that I'm going to show you. And it's just so stunning. Like, this is the front of it. It's got 0 on the front. And then it's got, the Night Before Christmas logo is right here. Melt's logo is down here. The pull tabs on it. One has Jack and 0 on it, little keychain. And then the Melt one is right here. I love it. And then when you open it, this, I'm not really quite sure what the retail prices for all of this are going to be, but this makeup bag feels more expensive than it's probably going to be. So when you open it, it's got 2 pockets, this little mesh pocket where all of the smaller items are stored. And then, it's got the Melt logo on the tab, the pull zip. And then this side of it, this is beautiful material, and it's got 0 all over it with some little Halloween and Christmas details. Absolutely love it. And then this pocket zips open as well, and inside is our eyeshadow palette. So that's what we're working with. So like I said, the collection does launch tomorrow. I will have this video up before it goes live so that you guys will be able to get it, or at least see the video before. I believe they're going to do the full collection as a bundle, and then they'll have the individual pieces. Beyond that, I don't know about any bundles. I don't recall for the Halloween version there being any other bundles besides the full bundle. So I know some brands will do like, here's the full bundle, or here's, the palette and the lipsticks, or the palette and, this, or whatever. I don't think they're going to do that. but I won't know until tomorrow. So with all that being said, let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to wind up doing a couple looks with the eyeshadow palette, but we're going to talk about the other pieces that are in this collection as well. So I'm going to start with the highlight and blush duo. This, I was so excited, was a part of the collection because the blush formula is their cream blush highlight, or blush lights they're called. And I absolutely love this cream blush formula. I love cream blushes anyway. And this one is just, it's one of my favorite formulas. So I was very excited. And then it's a split pan, which I'll show you here in a second, because I want to show you the box first. But I love the split pan idea. But this is the box that the blush and highlight duo come in. It's got Sally on the front of it in her beautiful dress. Some presents. I see a picture of Santa Claus. The detail on these boxes are just incredible. Like, they did not miss a beat. And then the back has your ingredient list and whatnot. So when you open it up, it's a little compact, which is super cute. This is called Deadly Nightshade. And if you're a fan of the movie, you know why. But yeah, it's a cream blush light and highlight, which I am not familiar if they've done a cream highlight in the past, but I'm sure they have. And if not, it's a good way to start. So the whole front right here of the compact, oh, I didn't even show you. So this is the compact, I'm sorry. It's got the Melt logo, it's got Sally on the front. She's got a little Christmas tree, super cute. So the whole front right here is actually a mirror as well. So if you're traveling or if you need some on-the-go touch-ups, this is something great to just throw in your bag and, you know, do that. I'm not going to show you the mirror just because with the lights it'll blind you, but it is like a magnetic closure. And then when you open it up, it's got this very beautiful cream blush and this cream highlight. So I'm going to swatch these very quickly for you guys so you can see them. It's a very beautiful pink shade. And then the highlighter does seem to have very fine glitters in it, but I can only see that when it's on my face, but they're not the kind of glitters that are going to emphasize your texture at all. At least I don't find that on my skin. So here we go. Focus camera. So this is the cream blush, and then this is the cream highlight. Very pretty glow. So I'm going to apply these very quickly. Pick up my little brush. Now the blush is very pigmented, so just keep that in mind. But it gives this very beautiful flush to your skin, which I think is so pretty. And it blends very easily into the skin. And then for the highlighter, pick up a little on this brush. There we go. And then you can always add more if you want. But look at that glow. So pretty. Yeah, there's a little bit of sparkle on my cheek. But it's not really emphasizing any of my texture. So if you really don't like the glitter, you might still be okay with this one. But I just really like the glow off of it. It's even got a slight golden flip to it too. So that is the blush and the highlight duo. Alright, the next products that were in the bag are these very cute glitter eye gels, they're called. So one is called Zero and the other one is called Making Christmas. So these are the boxes for those. And I love them. I love the artwork, seriously, on all of these boxes. They're so incredible. Especially as a fan of this film. The movie came out when I was a kid, and I've been watching it for the last like 30 years, mostly every Halloween, but you know, I'll always watch The Nightmare Before Christmas. So these come in little single pots. They are actually very similar to a ColourPop Jelly Much eyeshadow. So if you've ever used one of those, or have ever, you know, seen one of those, that's kind of what we're working with here. So they come in these little singular pots, and they're glass jars, so keep that in mind. Ooh, focus camera. Camera! So this is Making Christmas, and this is 0. And when you open them, they both have a plastic stopper right here. Please do not discard that. You will need it to keep this product from drying out super quick. So please keep that in mind. I don't want anybody to lose their beautiful eye gels. And then they just look like this. And this one has like, it's blue with like a purple sparkle, and this one's clearly white, and it's got like orange and gold flecks in it. So I'm just going to, I'm gonna eye swatch these for you guys. Ooh, I may have grabbed too much. And they do dry down after a few seconds. There we go. Oh, I need it to dry quicker than it does. Alright, so that's Making Christmas. And then this one is 0. And I feel like these would be really good, like, topper shades. For me, anyway, they're not really providing enough coverage to be, like, an actual lid shade. Like, on their own. They're very glittery, though. Very sparkly. Ooh, okay. So this one might be hard to pick up on the camera. But it looks very fiery on the eye. Very interesting contrast to the more icy one on the other side. But yeah, these are very pretty. So these are the glitter eye gels. Making Christmas and 0. Alright, now we are going to move on to the lip products. There are 2 lipsticks in this collection. They are both bullet lipsticks. One is called How Jolly, and that is a frost lipstick, which, if you're unfamiliar, it's a metallic lipstick. And then the other one is called Shot Down, and that is an ultra matte lipstick. So these are what they look like, the boxes. This one is How Jolly, and then this one is Shot Down. And you can just see how absolutely beautiful the artwork is yet again on these lipsticks. So the lipsticks, the frost lipstick, the How Jolly, was the one that I didn't initially want. But we have it now, so we're just going to use it. So the bullets are purple, and they are standard bullet lipstick. Focus. So I'm going to do a couple lip swatches here for you. So this is the matte lipstick in Shot Down. And it is this very deep, like, blackberry color. It's very hard to apply lipstick and talk at the same time. And then since I'm not using a lip liner, Trying to fix my edges a little bit here. Ooh. But this is such a beautiful color. It's very, very deep. I love it. So that is shot down. Okay, so this lipstick is the one that I really didn't see myself using a lot. But I'm glad I have it just for the video, because if you are into this kind of thing, you know, it's good to see it. So this is a metallic lipstick, which is one of the reasons I didn't really gravitate towards it. I'm not really a metallic-y lipstick kind of person, but the color is also kind of the reason why. So it is this very deep, like, forest green color, and I typically don't wear like crazy color lipsticks, but I'm going to here today. So both lipsticks glide on well. The matte one you would definitely need to have a little hydration to your lips before you apply it. But they both go on great. This is How Jolly. It's your metallic finish. So you can see that it's very sparkly. Or not sparkly, but like glowy when the light hits it. And it is such a deep green, like very. And both lipsticks have a slightly sweet scent to them. Almost like candy in a way. But it's not overpowering, and it's not something that, at least that I notice after it's already on my lips. But like basically coming out of the bullet, I can smell it. So let me swatch these side by side so you guys can see them on my hand really quick. And then we will move on to the eyeshadow looks. Okay, so there they are together. So you can definitely see the finish difference as well. This is your matte version, and then this is your metallic. So those are your differences. So yeah, I'm gonna take this lipstick off. Actually, maybe I'll put the dark purple one back on. I don't know yet. We'll see. And then we will do a couple eye looks. Alright, so now it is time to talk about the gorgeous eyeshadow palette. So let me get the box back out so you guys can see it. So it is kind of coffin shaped. The rest of the items are, I guess, as well. And it's got Santa Jack on the front. And it's got this motion activate, or I'm sorry, that's the palette itself. But it's got Santa Jack with his little bag. And zeros down here. So cute. And then it's just got all these little Christmassy details from Christmastown. So this is the Christmastown eyeshadow palette. And then you take the palette out of the box, and it's got kind of the same thing, but the palette itself is motion activated. So as you flip it around, he changes from mischievous Santa Jack to happy Santa Jack. And then zeros down here too. Love it. There are 10 eyeshadows in this palette. And they, the front of the palette actually right here too is a mirror as well. Also good for travel. And then this is your color story. So you have these very beautiful greens down here. A very beautiful like champagne color. These beautiful purples. And then you finish it off with a couple reds and a beautiful white. So we are going to do some eye looks with this. And I'm not really sure exactly what we're going to do, but we are going to start with a fluffy crease brush as soon as I can find it. Here we go. Here's one. clean it off. And then, let's start with the reds. So I'm going to start with the lighter red. It's called Sandy Claus. We're going to pick that up on the brush. And then work it into the crease. Does appear to be a little patchy. I don't know. But it's blending out pretty well, so I think I'm going to do an all matte look over on this eye. I think that's what we're going to do. Alright. And then using a smaller brush over here as well, I'm going to use the darker red called Nightmare to, in the outer corner. These darker shadows you can also use as liners as well, if you would like to do that. Ooh, are these patchy? I don't know, guys. These are looking kind of patchy. Something to keep in mind, I guess. Alright, and then for the lid, I'm going to use the white in the palette. It's called No One's Dead. And it's got more of a gray undertone to it, so it's not like a pure stark white. But it's still a very beautiful, very pigmented shadow. Oh, there we go. You could probably also definitely use it to highlight your brow bone if you wanted to. There we go. Alright, so here's the first look. You can definitely add some lashes if you want. I can never get a lash to stick on, so I never use them. But even though that first red was starting to look a little patchy, I did get it to work out in the end, and I had no issues with really like the type of pigmentation or the blendability of the eyeshadow. It worked out really well. So now let's do something with these greens, I think. So I need another brush. Where did it go? Here we go. Alright, so I'm going to use the Fluffy Crease brush. And I'm going to use this chartreuse color called Eureka. It's a matte chartreuse. So I'm going to pick some of that up. And we're just going to put it in the crease over here. Alright, so I did build this color up. It wasn't looking like this at first, so this is one that you can build up. I also feel like if maybe you used a white base on your eye, it would pop a little bit more than it did on my skin, because I used a clear eyeshadow primer. But again, I'm not having any issues with it blending out. And I'm going to actually use this little powder I have here. It's not from the eyeshadow palette, it's just a like finishing powder to blend the edges out of the shadow. This is a very intense shade. So, using a little brush, I need another little brush. Here we go. I'm going to use the matte, it's a matte emerald green, and it's called Smithereens. And we're going to use that on the outer corner It's almost the same shade as that lipstick I had on earlier. Alright, so I blended it out. And then the Shadow Mistletoe and then the more like champagne color Experiments are listed as being like more of a topper shade. But I swatched the palette the other day and I can tell you, especially the Mistletoe color has gorgeous coverage. So I would not consider this to be a topper shade. However, I'm still going to apply it with my finger. So this is the Mistletoe color. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna finish up with the lower lash line and I will be right back. Alright, so these are two of the looks that I did. There's this one over here, and then this more yellowy green situation over here. I like them both, but I'm going to take them off and we are going to do one final look with, I guess, basically the rest of the eyeshadows. Alright, so for the third and final look, we're going to do this monochromatic purple situation that I have going on. I'm just adding a little mascara to this side. There we go. Okay, so starting off with the fluffy crease brush, I'm going to use the white shade as kind of like a transition. We're just going to pop that in. I don't need it to be overly pigmented, because we're just going to lay a purple on top. And then cleaning that off with my cloth, I'm going to go into the purple shade Bony Fingers, which it does kind of look like it's more of a metallic shadow, which I don't typically put in my crease, but we're going to do that today. These purples are very, I guess patchy is the right word. I don't know, it could also be my eyelid too, because I feel like this side is looking worse than this side, unless I'm crazy, but that's how I'm seeing it. I don't know. Alright, and then I'm going to use my smaller brush and I'm going to go into the matte eggplant purple shade called Christmastown. And we are just going to work that into the crease and on the outer corner. Now, just a heads up, the shadow that I'm going to put on my lid is there's a lot of fallout that comes off of it, so just keep that in mind. But it's a lighter metallic purple called Sugar Plum Visions. And we're just going to pop that. It does have a tiny bit of blue sparkle in it. And then just for fun, because I've literally used every other shade in the palette, the other like champagne-y topper called Experiments, I just put a little bit of that on top. So you can see this one's pretty sheer compared to that green we had on a little earlier. But it does just kind of give off this really beautiful sparkle. Alright, so that is the completion of the eye looks. I still don't know how I feel about these purples. I don't know. On my end, they look a little crazy. But if you guys see anything differently, you know, please let me know. But I threw on a black lip liner. This is the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in Bull Chic. And then I threw the matte lipstick, what is it called? Shot Down, on top of it. So that's kind of what I have for my lip combo. I think it goes really cool with the theme. So overall, I'm not mad that I grabbed this at all. I am a huge fan of the movie, like I said before. It's one of my all-time favorites. However, with that in mind, if you can only get, you know, one or two things from this set, I definitely cannot recommend the blush and highlight duo enough. I love them so much. And then, you know, if you're interested in one or two of the lipsticks, you can't go wrong here either, depending on what your color choice is. The glitter eye gels, I think they're good for what they are, but for me, they're more of a topper. I definitely think that if you do like more of that sheer glitter on your eye, then these would be really good. I don't see any eye safety warnings, so the glitters must be fine enough that it's okay. Just, if you're going to do it though, please be careful. I don't want anybody to hurt their eyes. And then the eyeshadow palette itself, I like the color story a lot. I think my favorite eye look that I did was that very first one with the reds and the matte white that I used, the grayish white. I think that was my favorite. But the green, this green mistletoe color is just absolutely beautiful. I love a good minty green. I think it looks really good with my brown eyes. So I definitely like that. The purples I'm a little concerned about. I know this palette should be a little bit pricier. I think the Halloween Town one was about $50, I think. So for me, my thing is, if I'm going to spend that kind of money on an eyeshadow palette, I want all of the shades to be really good. And I'm not fully seeing that here. So honestly, the eyeshadow palette, if you know you can't do it, don't break your back trying to. Just because I feel like a couple of, mostly it's the purples, which if you're not a purple fan and you just want like the palette for like the other colors, then that's, you know, one thing. But for me, I feel like if you're going to do this, all of the shadows should work great. And I don't know, I'm still kind of unsure on it. I guess it's kind of growing on me a little bit as I look at it. But I have swatched them. Here, I'm going to swatch this purple because, okay, yeah, so I'm not insane. So the dark eggplant purple, this is one swatch of it. So you can see it's really patchy. And then if you build it up, it's still, I don't know, it's really patchy. So for me, the palette, I don't know, I think it's going to mostly depend on who you are. If you're a fan, you love the color story, and you're not, you know, concerned about a few purples that are, yeah, so there's all three of them. It's one dip in and one swipe. Then maybe this isn't a pass. Maybe this is something for you. But if you know, like I said, have limited funds and can only grab a couple of things, definitely, you know, the blush and highlighter, as long as you like that more of a pinky blush, because that's what it is. And don't mind a few sparkles on your cheek for a highlight glow. But, I mean, you guys can, it's glowy. It's not the most glowy highlighter I have, but it's glowy. And then I do love the melt lipsticks. I think they're fantastic. And, you know, I'll find a way to use this green one. It's not going to be like an everyday thing, but, you know, we'll find a use for it. Let me see about this burgundy shadow. Okay, so the burgundy that I used isn't as bad as the other one. But even though they're a little patchy, you know, they blend it out really good. So, I mean, if you're a person that can even get patchy eyeshadows to work really well, maybe you have like a really good method for it, you know, that's a good one. But overall, I am happy with my purchase. I'm going to use these products to the best of my ability and to, you know, the way that I want to use them. But let me know down below, guys, what you think of the collection. Are you skipping? Are you getting it? Are you picking up, you know, just a couple pieces? Let me know. Reminder, it does launch tomorrow, November 1st at 12 p.m. Pacific time. So 3 p.m. on the East Coast and, you know, the other time zones. So yeah, I think that's it for today. Have a good one, guys, and I will see you later. Bye.